Hey, look at these cats here, man. Hey, this dude, look at this. Check it out. I didn't even know you could ride these around town. I told you could plate anything out here in Ohio. That's another thing that's awesome about Ohio, guys. Hey, I was born and raised here in Cleveland, Ohio. Absolutely hated it here growing up. And I always thought the grass is greener on the other side. And I lived in several different states, one of them being Georgia. But I'm going to tell you why I moved away from Georgia and came back to Ohio, and why you might want to consider Ohio to move to.
Let's go for a ride. Subscribe today.
If you want to get my gear like this ultra lightweight carbon fiber helmet, Motovlog camera, airbag vest to help keep you safe, all of my gear, I always include links in the description and comment section of my videos. I'm down here, downtown Cleveland. This is beautiful sound on this MT-07, baby. Yeah, it sounds good in these back alleys. But I'm going to tell you this, man. I always talk smack about Cleveland, Ohio here, guys. I always thought it was the worst place because that was the only place I knew. And, of course, the winters, you always, you know, a lot of people don't like cold winters. They think it's, you know, it's great to go move to a state that's warm all year round, like down south, you know, Florida, Georgia, whatnot. But they don't realize it comes at a huge cost. Not just money-wise, but also just it's not as great as you think it would be, man. You know what I'm saying? I live down in South Florida. It's very expensive down there. Even back then, it's even worse now. But it was so hot and humid down there, man. I couldn't take it. Air conditioning kept breaking down all the time. Traffic was horrible. It literally took me probably an hour and a half to get to work, and it was only like 10 miles away from my house because the traffic was so horrid. And that's in the wintertime. Summertime, the traffic loosened up, which I actually look forward to summer, even though they were brutal in Florida. But everybody would leave. All the snowbirds would leave. But anyways, I got sick of Florida to the point where I wanted to move to the coldest place I can think of and move to Colorado. And Colorado, I lived in Colorado Springs. Loved it out there. The weather actually is really nice out there, even better than Ohio, because you get it's a ton of sunny days, really nice days, even in the wintertime. And I lived out there for 5 years or so, and then ended up moving back to Ohio for a little bit, care for a relative, and then I moved to Georgia. And because everybody says, oh man, you got to go to Georgia, Atlanta's awesome, it's this, you know, this, that. And I tell you guys, I bought a country home out there, as a lot of you regular viewers that watch my channel, you know, you saw the videos. I went down there, bought a beautiful country home down there on some acres. And at first I thought I loved out there. It's this little small rural town that's famous. Beautiful little town. Beautiful. I tell you, people are really nice and stuff. But after living down there for a year, I will tell you this, man, and living in the country, mind you, but not just living in the country, living in Georgia, period. I'm going to tell you this, man. The weather down there, which is nice in the wintertime, because it's like hoodie weather. It's like the fall down there. You know what I'm saying? They may get a little snow here and there, but nothing like up here in up north. But I'm going to tell you this, is that the spring, summer, and fall is so humid down there. It's like, oh my gosh, man. And the bugs, the critters, and you got a lot of fake nice people out there, man. They say that southern hospitality down there. I'm telling you guys, it's a front, man. It's a front. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I appreciate it. I'd rather have somebody that acted nice to you, even though they're fake about it, than have somebody be a straight up a-hole to you, keeping it real. But I'm going to tell you, I learned to realize that a lot of these Southerners down there, they, like I said, that was like a fake nice, man, because they tell you, bless your heart. And I didn't realize like that was, they're like talking crap, like they're putting you down, man. They're like, that's not a term of endearment, really, for down south. When they say bless your heart. And I had a neighbor that said that. I said, oh, you sucker. Because this girl I know, she's from down south. She told me, anybody tells you bless your heart, man. She said, they don't mean that literally, man. But anyways, a lot more expensive down there. It was going to cost me $3,000, $4,000 more a year. You got to pay a state tax, 5.75% state tax. You got to pay, the insurance is a lot higher down there. The traffic was atrocious down there in Atlanta. To me, it was even worse than Florida. The traffic, the drivers in Atlanta are absolutely crazy, man. I actually dislike Georgia more than I did Florida, man. Even though I think Georgia's, the countryside is really beautiful and everything, but when you got to go to the city, oh my gosh, man. Atlanta, ugh. I grew to dislike it down there intensely, man. But I'm telling you, why I moved back to Ohio, not only because of the cost of living is cheaper, we got nice people. We got real nice people, not a fake, phony, Southern hospitality nice. We got straight up real and nice, and we got some a-holes here, but for the most part, everybody's pretty nice and trying to help each other out down here. We got this beautiful downtown Cleveland now. Since the casinos came down here, they jazzed it up down here. Things are looking up. The Browns are doing good. We got Joe Flacco as our quarterback. He's throwing out some missiles out there. Our defense is playing lights out. Super cheap to live here. We have the cheapest insurance rates in the nation here in Ohio. So cheap, I pay, what, $120 a year for full coverage on this Yamaha MT-07. And on my house, I pay $690 a year. You know what I'm saying? For a 400K house. And dirt cheap living out here, dude. Seriously, man. And you only need to get through about 3 months. That's kind of sketchy. But for the most part, I ride all year round here on my motorcycle here in Ohio. But our summers, we got the best summers out here, guys. While you guys were suffering in those brutal summers in most of the country, out here, it was 70s all summer. I only put the air conditioner, I think, one time. You don't need an air conditioner out here in the summer, man. Beautiful. We had just this gorgeous weather. The fall's beautiful with all the fall leaves, colors, and everything. I'm telling you, after living in all the other different places, the popular places, and I had a relative live in California. I spent time out there as well. I tell you, and I grew to hate California as well. I'm telling you, man, that I really appreciate and I have love for my city of Cleveland, baby. We got I'm telling you, this is just something about, I'm telling you, man, it is nice. We got the lake here, and you know, most lake towns are revered, except for Cleveland. They call it the mistake by the lake here, man. We got the biggest, one of the biggest lakes in the entire country, next to the other Great Lakes, of course. And it's beautiful. We got islands out there in the lake you can go to. We got tons of nightlife activities down here in downtown Cleveland. We got 2 ski resorts. You can go out there and enjoy snowboarding and skiing at the Boston Mills or Brandywine ski resorts that are literally probably, I think, what, 30, 40 minutes from Cleveland. We got pretty much everything anybody else has, man, and even more out here.
Also, we have our beautiful metro parks that surround Cleveland with miles of hiking, biking, and walking trails, cliffs to hike, scenic rivers to kayak, canoe, and fish on, all free in close proximity to anywhere you live in Cleveland. Also, we have a plethora of beautiful countryside just a half hour or more away from Cleveland, not to mention the beautiful golf courses with rolling hills and pristine greens to putt on, or ride horses all throughout the metro parks or in small, quaint towns like in my hometown of Berea, Ohio.
And such amazing people. I'll tell you, I'm staying here. If I ever do go anywhere else, I'm always keeping my home here. I'm glad I kept my house here when I moved to Georgia, because that was like a second home. I was going to make it a permanent home, but I grew to totally hate, I don't hate it, but I grew to dislike Georgia. Colorado was awesome, but it went to crap. You know what I'm saying? Everybody and their mama, they flocked out there when they made weed legal, and it went to crap. Traffic's horrible. Cost of living shot up. It's a shame, man, because Colorado was awesome. I had a good time out there. I'm telling you, man, Cleveland ain't perfect. Yeah, we got some roads can be kind of beat up here and there, and we get some overcast days here. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, man, it sure beats a lot of the BS that you deal with in some of them other states and places, man. But anyways, guys, leave a comment below. Let me guys know what you guys think. And for those of you that live in Georgia or lived in Georgia or Florida or Colorado or anywhere else, and why it's great there or why you hate it there, and why you hate Cleveland. Most of you guys that talk crap about Cleveland have actually never been here. You just hear what other people hear. You know what I'm saying? We got YouTubers out there that come out here to Cleveland. They go to the east side. This one little section is the ghetto that looks horrible with abandoned buildings, and everybody think that's all of Cleveland. It's so horrible. That's like one little tiny section. Everywhere else is beautiful, man. I live in the beautiful suburbs of Cleveland. Even Cleveland proper is pretty nice, man. You can get houses dirt cheap here. You know what I'm saying? You can get a house for less than $150,000 here and be living nice, and minutes from the lake. And you can live in other places that have cheaper property taxes, like in in other areas away from Cleveland. But I'm telling you, it's beautiful out here, man. It's beautiful. If you could see past the overcast skies, sometimes we get sunny days too, baby. And you see, if you actually look at the reality of why it's a great place to live here, man, you want to come here. But I keep talking crap, say it's crap, because I don't want a ton of people coming here, man. But anyways, guys, leave a comment below. Let's talk about it. But hit thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit that little bell symbol so you get notified when I release my new videos. But I release new videos every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So until next time, guys, catch you guys later.
Check out my playlist for new riders and popular videos. Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and check out my other channel, Bug Out Moto, where I customize a van for my motorcycle so I can live in my van with my motorcycle and travel across the country anywhere. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Bug Out Moto.